And what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Talking NASCAR podcast. Back today with Hitmaster.
It's a good.
It very much so is. Today we're going to review what happened in Texas. What was a very, very action-packed weekend at Texas. Got a lot to say on that, including a host of penalties that we'll go over at the end of the recap. There's a few other things to talk about too, some silly season stuff and whatnot. And then, of course, at the end we will preview this weekend's action at Talladega Superspeedway. So, should be all good. But first, let's talk about Texas. What a thrilling weekend we had at Texas. First, the trucks. There was quite a few wrecks in the truck race. And some pretty decent racing overall. Competitive, especially on the restarts and whatnot, which was really, really good. Kyle Busch, being Kyle Busch, he has to enter all the lower series races and just absolutely obliterate the competition, which is why it's called bushwhacking. So, there you go. He held off a late charge from Corey Heim to get the win in this race. Put on a clinic pretty much, outside of a couple of bad pit stops, but what are you going to do about that? He still won the race. And then I was able to watch a good amount of that race. It was pretty good. I didn't get to watch any of the Xfinity race, though, but it probably had the most thrilling finish of the weekend. Holy moly. First
I
off,
sent a text Tyler, and it was hectic.
First off, there was an amazing save from Taylor Gray early on in the race. But other than that, it was decent racing, I thought. Just not a lot of wrecks or anything too interesting until the very end of this race. Came down between Ryan Sieg and Sam Mayer. And what a thrilling finish this was. Mayer was able to edge out Sieg by just 2/1000ths of a second, which is an incredibly close finish. In fact, it's the second closest finish in NASCAR history, I believe, if you count all three series, because there was a truck finish that was like 1/1000th of a second a few years ago. But still amazing.
Year was the second closest one this year. You count all three, because you have the three-way finish at Atlanta, and then you have this at Texas.
Right. You have to feel bad for Ryan Sieg, though. He's been racing in Xfinity Series for a long time and was just this close to his first win and didn't get it. But he'll get it. I'm pretty sure he will. But it was still a really good race. I mean, you got to appreciate a finish like that for sure. So, but that finish would just be a minor teaser at what we were getting in the Cup race. Holy fuck, this race was insane. There were a ton of cautions. I think they set a track record. I could be wrong. I think they set a track record, though. I remember them talking about that. There was like, they were at 11 and they said the record was 13, and then there were like 4 more cautions or something like that. I don't remember. But a lot of wrecks. There was an early one that took out Alex Bowman after he was running in the top 10. And then Kyle Larson, who was, of course, one of my fantasy picks for this week. I had 4 fantasy picks this week. And I'm all but convinced that fantasy is just a curse for me, because 3 of my 4 fantasy picks ended up getting caught up in a wreck. And almost all 4 of them, count the very end of the race. First one to go was Kyle Larson. After his tire fell off, seriously, he's probably got the best pit crew in all of NASCAR, and they fucking can't secure a 1 lug nut wheel? Like, what the fuck? And he was leading, too. That pretty much derailed his whole day. It was a rough day for Josh Berry, too. He got caught up in 2 incidents back-to-back that ended his day. Michael McDowell's having a good run. He got into an accident that ended his day. There was a lot of conflicting tire strategies as well, especially midway through this race. Bubba Wallace and Chase Briscoe were trying to do some special stuff, and they got tangled up on with some old tires going for the lead. And then John Hunter Nemechek had 2 wrecks as well. His day was over after that. And then my second fantasy pick, Ryan Blaney, of course, when he's running in the top 10, he gets caught up in a wreck. Finished the race, but he was like 10 laps down in like 33rd or whatever the fuck. It's like, what the fuck? Come on, guys. And then we, it seemed like we were going to be good to clear, go to the finish, and then Recky Spithouse showed his stuff. Spun out late to set up an overtime finish. Well, not overtime, late race drama. And then on the restart, Kyle Larson got wrecked again. So that was lovely. And then on the next restart, my third fantasy pick, Denny Hamlin, decided to hit the bumps and his day was over. So that was lovely. Yay! Gotta love fantasy picking. Woo! Anyway. And then we go to double overtime. And on the final lap, William Byron, who was my fourth fantasy pick, almost wrecked and ended up wrecking Ross Chastain as they were going for second. And that brought out the last caution on the last lap and crowned our winner. And our winner, baby, he's back in victory lane. Chase Elliott gets the win. Oh, that was so good. It's been so long since he's been to victory lane. And he finally broke through. Got a huge win. Oh, it was beautiful. So he's in the New Year's Spectacular again. He's the 13th driver to be locked in. It's been a while since we've locked in a driver too, which is nice. So we're up to 13 now, so that's really good. And Elliott is back in. I don't think all 4 Hendrick cars are in. I think Bowman still has to get in, but I think all the other ones are in. So,
you know what's sad? People are saying that this is a Mickey Mouse victory, and he got helped by his other Hendrick teammates, being one Kyle Larson bringing out the caution because he would have gotten passed by Hamlin, which that wasn't the fucking case. And then Ross Chastain, and let me just tell you, that would have never happened either way, because if you look closely, Ross Chastain was going backwards, and Chase Elliott was going forward. All right? Chastain was nowhere near Chase Elliott. I watched that last part. Trust me.
those are just the haters.
The Chase
We
Elliott
know he
hater.
won.
Yeah.
Another thing to marvel about. All this time I've been going off on Ty Dillon as an overrated driver. And what does he do? He gets a fucking top 15. What the fuck?
I know, right?
What the fuck? Ty Dillon got a top 15. It has to be like the second one ever in his career. Maybe the first. I don't know. Wow.
Oh, and they changed the standings. Brad Keselowski finished second, and Byron finished third.
Lovely. But
Wasn't a one finish for Hendrick. Headley.
Damn. Well, that's okay. As long as Chase Elliott wins, it's okay. So. But there was some other post-race altercations. They were pretty minor, though. Everybody worked them out. But overall, though, we have to answer the question that Hitmaster's favorite track, Texas, didn't put on a half-bad product this weekend. Do you change your opinion or no?
Do I change my opinion?
It isn't working.
Fuck!
He's gone.
How about now? How about now?
There it goes. Yeah, I can hear you again.
No.
Okay.
Oh my god, everything bad's happened to me.
I don't think Texas is back necessarily. That was definitely the best race since the reconfiguration, in my opinion.
No doubt.
But it's not yet up to where it was pre-config. So it gives me a little hope, though, for sure. And sometimes hope is all you need in life. So
Because I think mostly right now, yeah, it was some good racing, but there were some still wrecks that people would spin out on without touching anybody. I mean, look at Denny Hamlin. Yeah, he got touched a little bit by Chase Elliott, but he got spun in the corner trying to drive it in. I mean, yeah, you can't drive it in at Texas because you will spin out. But then you got, Kyle Larson. You got who else was there? Christopher Bell. You got him that spun out by himself. So I mean, like, the only wreck that was with multiple drivers was, I believe, Alex Bowman, and what is his name? Maybe I'll figure out his name here in a second. Austin Hill, I think. Unless I'm thinking of that guy. Probably Zane Smith, to be honest. One of those two. But, yeah. I despise Texas. Anything. I don't care if Chase Elliott wins at that track or not. I will despise it forever until they change it. The old configuration was better. The old configuration had good racing. Not saying that this didn't have good racing, because it did. Very good racing. And their tires wouldn't, go out like last time. Like, heck, look at when Jeff Gordon, Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson. Now that's the kind of battling people want to see. It didn't turn out good for my other Jeff Gordon fans. But let's be honest here, Jeff Gordon gave him a bloody mouth. So it worked out in the end.
right. Well, we'll see what NASCAR has to say after it's all set and done. So, but until then, we're going to put Texas in the books. Close it down. Pretty good, though. Pretty good. Good job, Texas. But we got to talk about penalties, though. There was a fuck ton of penalties in all three series. So we'll start with the trucks. The crew chief for the 75 team in the truck series was fined $5,000 and suspended a race because of 2 loose lug nuts in post-race inspection. So I think this is the first time I've ever seen somebody get penalized for 2 loose lug nuts. We see loose lug nuts every now and then. Just one of them, though. This one was 2. It's pretty wild. So that was the only one in the trucks. Xfinity, the 9 team, Brandon Jones's crew chief was fined $5,000 just for 1 loose lug nut. Also, a crew member on the 9 team for Brandon Jones again is suspended for the Talladega race because he used an unapproved apron. Weird, but there you go. Saw that happen with Joey Logano with an unapproved glove early on in the season. So, And then in Cup, one crew member, speaking of unapproved stuff, one crew member on both the 20 team, so Christopher Bell, and the 33 are suspended for one race for using unapproved helmets. And one crew member from the 17 team, Chris Buescher's team, is suspended for one race using an unapproved glove. So there you go. And then the most obvious penalty is the two crew members for Kyle Larson's crew are suspended 2 races because of the lost tire that happened during the race. So we knew that one was coming. I didn't see any of the other ones coming, but I knew that one was going to be there. So there we go. That's all the penalties from Texas. Oh, no, one more. This one is just a general penalty. It wasn't from Texas, but a crew member from RCR, didn't say which team specifically within RCR, but it's an RCR crew member, is suspended indefinitely from NASCAR for breaking the substance abuse policy, aka probably steroids, but we don't know. So anyway, that is all from the penalties. We've got a few other silly season stuff to talk about. Some stuff. There was a big controversy that I found out a couple of days ago now about a NASCAR YouTuber, Black Flags Matter. I think a lot of people might know who that is. He got kind of called out for plagiarism in his videos.
I watched that. And I mean, it is very upsetting to know that happened. But the thing is, people don't realize that, I'm gonna say it right now, some of the stuff that I look up on, like, when I was doing the NFL podcast, I was looking up news articles of the exact same thing and trying to say the exact words. Like, people could see me look down and, look at that. YouTubers, it's very hard to be a YouTuber. I don't know if some people that are watching this don't know how hard it is. Me and Tyler do, because we've done this.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, especially when you're like, let's say if I'm doing an episode on Five Nights at Freddy's, which it has happened. Night 2, that wasn't my first recording. I have 5 other recordings because either 1, microphone wouldn't pick up, 2, my microphone was quieter, or 3, my microphone was, shit. But I mean, having to restart on something after you've already done it is the nightmare of YouTubers.
Right.
And it annoys me even more, because then I have to restart the entire thing. Because those 3 times, I had to play that game over and over again. On night 3, and I mess up, and I win, let's say, then all of a sudden, I have to push a new game, do 1 and 2 again, hopefully don't die, and then when I get to 3, do it again. So it's like, I don't want to have to do it, but I have to.
Right.
And it was all worth it, because in the end, I get more views on that than I do any other videos.
Right. But for somebody low as more high effort than both of us, obviously. This is pretty much his life now, and it's not, we do this YouTube thing, but it's not like our careers or anything, right? We have other things in our lives, so, and we're not, like, trying to take credit. Like, there's definitely other people that write these articles, and then we can read them or hear about them and whatnot. So, in that sense, you know, I don't really feel bad for him. I really don't. You gotta credit the people that you're fucking pulling clips from and putting straight into the goddamn video. Like, like I don't pull clips and shit. But, you know, so there you go. Or if I do pull clips, it's from my own shit. So I don't need to fucking do that, you know. But his case is a little different, so there you go.
Especially when you're playing a game with somebody, you have to make sure that, hey, here's their YouTube channel. Hey, check out their stuff. You know, that's what I did with the modded Lethal Company stuff. I did Jeffofthemellows, I did Dark Rum, and I did my Pretty Kick Band. So, I mean, you know, I wish they made a video so that I could be a part of that. But no, I'm kidding. But I mean, yeah, it's difficult sometimes when it comes to those.
Right. So that's all we'll say on that. But it definitely changes my view of him. I thought he was pretty good. I liked his videos, but now I don't think I'll be watching any more of them. So until we get some clarifications, though. So maybe I'll look into this a little more. Because that video was posted about 2 weeks ago. But I only stumbled upon it just this week. So, you know, we'll see what happens there. But anyway, just wanted to touch on that. A couple other things. Lionel is making a Hendrick Motorsports diecast train. It's like a passenger bullet train, but it's like decked out with the Hendrick cars and stuff. And I think it's more going towards their 40th anniversary, the red paint schemes that they were going for at Martinsville. So it doesn't have a release date yet. I think they're taking pre-orders though. So that's pretty cool if you're interested in that. Something to maybe look for. It's never really been done before. They do like the trailers and the haulers and stuff. Sometimes, well, they used to. I don't know if they really do anymore. But this is a new thing. So, and then some exciting news for Bubba Wallace. He and his wife are expecting their first child. Congratulations! Yay! Yay! Good for them. And then the only other piece of news that I had is Tyler Reddick is going to run a really cool Jay's paint scheme for Talladega because, you know, it's Michael Jordan, so it's another shoe one. It's a really cool one. I don't know, Hitmaster, you want to look it up so you can take a look at it. It's a pretty sweet paint scheme.
Computer right now. His number is 45, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that bad looking. Look it up on my phone too so that I can show everyone. But it doesn't look half bad. Like, that's the front cover of the you know, thing of paint schemes. You know, when you go into it and you say, here's the paint schemes, and it shows a car, that's the front cover.
It is. Yeah, it's fucking sweet. I like that.
The white and black. Also, Talladega switched their name, if you look at it. And also, Tyler Reddick is driving the 54 now. It's on backwards, that's why I'm saying that.
It looks backwards to you, but it's not actually backwards.
Yeah. Talladega.
Anyway, that's all the news I had for the week. I don't know if you had anything else, Master, you wanted to talk about.
Not that I can think of. I'm trying to. There wasn't anything for Corgan Oil, Speedway, other than them doing testing in 2 weeks. So, people, if you live around Mason and Old area, You'll be hearing it in like 2 weeks. Racing's coming back. That's what I was gonna say. My dad is wanting to bring me Crystal Motor Speedway. Crystal is a dirt track for late models. I'm correct.
Where's that?
It's called Crystal Motor Speedway. Here, I'll look it up.
Never heard of it. Damn.
Well,
I thought you were saying your dad was going to bring you some crystal meth, and I was like, what the fuck? Don't need any of that shit here on the podcast. Save that for the TV episodes that we're going to have.
Spelled Crystal Motor Speedway. Okay, there it is. So it's in Crystal, Michigan.
Oh, boy.
It is from where I live. I'm going to look at directions. From where I live. Hello? I'm not putting this up because then people will know where I live. It's 69 miles. Hey, yo.
True.
But yeah, I've been there once, and we saw like a couple heat races, and then it got canceled. Never got to see the full experience.
Crystal Motor Speedway.
Oh no, that was the other track that's popular in Michigan. Interstate I-94, I think.
No, the I-96 Speedway, yeah.
I-96, yeah. But
I'll have to make sure we have this one on our stadiums list.
Oh yeah,
might have to figure out we're gonna hit this track up.
You know, that track is beautiful, and I'm telling you that right now. It is beautiful. I've been there once. I've been there once, I guess, because it says I-96.
About now, a little over an hour away.
Yeah, not that far. But like, I mean, and then he wants me to go to Springport too. I'm definitely going to Corgan or whatever it's going to be called. We're definitely going there. I could just legit walk to that fucking place. It's not that far from my house. So.
True.
Fans don't come knocking on my door just because I said that.
Party at Gary's place.
No.
Come through, woo.
No. That's a big negatory.
Anyway. Well, we don't have any other news. Start talking about Talladega, baby. This is going to be a good weekend of racing.
A track where anyone can win.
Yeah, that's why this is where we can get to our more outrageous picks that we don't always get to implement throughout the season. So I think it's just Xfinity and Cup this weekend. Trucks are off. They're off for a couple weeks, actually, it looks like. They won't be back for the rest of the month. But, so who do we got at the Xfinity race? On Weed Day, mind you. 420 racing at Talladega. That just spells craziness, doesn't it? Maybe.
I'm going again, and I know I did this last week, I believe. I'm going for this time, because I know it might happen unless this person does not wreck. I'm going for Hailie Deegan. She's going to get her first win at Talladega. Lock herself into the playoffs. Win the champion. No, I'm just kidding. That ain't going to happen.
Come on now. Winning, yes. Could happen. That, though, I don't know.
That's actually odd. Matt DiBenedetto's racing this race.
My pick is the eternal bridesmaid, Ryan Sieg. I think he's going to finally get his first win. I think he's going to get redemption for what happened last week. Maybe not. Who knows? But we'll see.
What if, you know what would be funny? What if Haley Deegan and Ryan Sieg are first place and second place against each other?
That'd be wild.
And then me and Tyler are like, fucking go, fucking kill him. Fucking destroyer.
True.
Also, if you notice, Talladega has a different logo this time.
Different logo for Dega.
Boo!
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I hate it too.
Anyway, do we have the chips today?
We do. You won last week because, well,
yeah, baby.
I had Christopher Bell, and we all know what happened there. So you get to have the last pick. I'll get to have it first.
Baby.
With that, I'll set the 21 in. Take a pull. Point. Blaney.
I like it.
Honestly, I'm just saying this right now. I just noticed you went from having to pick Joey Logano to picking his teammate Ryan Blaney.
Oh boy. Well, Blaney is a good pick for Talladega. He seems to always sneak through and win these crazy races.
Now I have to take Christopher Bell out. Put in Joey Logano. I pick. Sorry. I'm gonna lose. Maybe. Depending on, I'm gonna lose.
You're gonna lose. Sorry.
Yeah. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Harrison Burton will get his first, will be the first person to get, the 100th win for, you know what? Let's be honest here. I'm just trying to make myself happy. That ain't gonna fucking happen. You know what? Fuck it.
It's not gonna happen. Nope. Nope. Anyway.
Imagine it does happen and we're just making hate on fucking Harrison Burton.
It'd be funny if it did. It would be really, really funny if it did. But anyway, that's really all we gotta say for this week's episode of the Talking NASCAR podcast. If you want to be on a future episode, all you gotta do is join the Pringles Hunting Company Discord. Link is in the description down below. Request the Talking NASCAR role and get in contact. Me or Hitmaster can find a time for you, get you on, and we'll get this all sorted out and have some fun. So that's gonna do it though for this episode. Stay tuned for much more amazing content from both me and Hitmaster. Go subscribe. Our Red Wings rants went up yesterday. Go check them out. And other awesome stuff too. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.